First of all, everything you've ever heard about me is true, good or bad. I've never talked about it, but Monty has DM'd me on Instagram. Good dick will imprison you. Little ckmatized. I'm doing sex with you. Please stop picking your nose.
I love that we went from the Olsen twins to you smelling that.
And she said, you know when you really like a guy and you start shaving your big toe? Cute.
Oh my God, I love this.
No, if I ever fucking see you and I'm in a car, I'm fucking flooring it. Insanity.
What a bitch.
Ramble.
Pretty basic.
Thank you to Macy's and Upside for sponsoring this episode of Pretty Basic. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to your favorite podcast, Pretty Basic. I'm your co-host, Alisha Marie.
And I am Remy Cruz.
And we are here with Miss Tefi.
Yay!
I thought you forgot your name. I'm like, pass it out.
I got it.
I
Introduce
got it.
yourself. I am so excited that you're here. Like literally, I feel like there's a lot I want to ask you, but I want you to like pitch yourself to everyone, be like, hi, this is where you can find me, all that stuff.
Well, okay. First of all, everything you've ever heard about me is true, good or bad.
But I love.
So I am on the Ticker Talkers. I work with MTV and In Style, and I'm a Cancer.
Oh, that says a lot.
But I'm on the last day of Cancer, first day of Leo. I'm a Leo moon.
Oh, okay.
What's our rising?
Beyonce rising.
Virgo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm
I
in
like
my
that
season.
chart. That's
Virgo's
a good chart.
Groove. Oh my God. I've been
Yes.
obsessed with the album. Like on repeat.
Did you hear about like the Lionsgate on August 8th, the most powerful manifesting day
Yes,
of the year?
yes.
Of course. I was all over the YouTubers. All over it. I was like, stop telling me what it is. What do I have to do? I'm like holding a chicken. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just
It's
kidding.
giving practical magic.
No, yeah, it's fine. They were like, you have to like, you have to like look outside into the sun, the moon, whatever, and say aloud, you know, what you want. And instead of like saying what I wanted, I just read the lyrics to I'm That Girl. I was like, there's nothing else that I connect with more.
I've seen so many TikToks being like, the entire Renaissance album is just like affirmations you can say. And I'm like, I'm that.
I don't know.
You couldn't write anything better yourself. Might as well just read it.
Why would I even attempt? She's one of one.
She wrote it for
She's
you.
the
No,
only
only
one. Oh my God. It's just like, I don't know how she knew that I needed it. But God, we're just like here.
It's the Virgo
Me and
rising.
Big. Oh my God.
Oh my God, I fucking love it.
I love it. But yeah, I'm a big Beyonce girl. I'm a Britney girl. I'm a pop culture girl. And I'm a feelings girl.
Okay.
You know? And I'm pretty. And I'm basic. And I'm proud.
And that's why you're here.
Thank you.
Perfect. It's
Pretty
Hello.
basic.
How did you get into pop culture and just like were you just raised watching like Juliana Rancic and just all the things?
I mean, my affinity for gossip.
yeah.
There's no
young.
bounds. I think sometimes when I think about it, my parents were like very much entrepreneurs. Like my mom works in wealth management, and I know, you know, that's kind of like real estate. Like you could be with a firm, but you kind of have to like have clientele.
Yeah.
And my dad was always starting businesses, and I always watched them around like clients, and I saw, or just new people. Like I'm first generation, so me going to new schools and seeing them around parents and teachers, people love them. And I recognized that as a kid and the things that they would talk about. And in Latin America, a lot of the pop culture, especially in like the 70s and 80s, like if you ask my mom what she listened to growing up, it's not like really Colombian artists. It's like David Cassidy, Carole King, the Jackson
Really?
5. Like, yeah,
Wow.
most of the world, especially in Latin America, from my experience, love American pop culture. And that's really the way that people would connect with one another. I think now we use like there's many ways to connect with people because now we know more about people's interests because of the internet, whatever. I started to connect with my mom through pop culture because she loves music. Like my mom and my dad loved Fleetwood Mac, and we still do. The Mamas and the Papas. Pat Benatar was a big girl in
my
our
God,
house.
yeah.
Hello. Heartbreak. Don't even get me
yeah,
started.
Karaoke, let's go.
You know? So my mom and I, we would have these conversations, and she would tell me about like Stevie Nicks' life.
Wow.
And then I, of course, you know, you watch the Spice Girls movie and then wanting to be close to these celebrities, you buy all the magazines. And I think I started to like retain this information and then using in conversation. And it's a great way to kind of see whether you can trust people. And what I mean by that is looking back, I used it as like maybe like a thermometer or something. Like if I looked at you and I said, Selena Gomez is so brave to come out about her struggles with mental health. And if you looked at me and said, what? She's such a complainer. She's rich. What's she whining for? I would put it in my mind like, okay, maybe this is not
Yeah.
a person I can talk to about this.
Wow.
You know, and at a really young age. And then I also got to, even today with stans, if I told you I was a Cardi B stan and a Lil Nas X fan, you're already putting me in a
box.
not a box, but you're categorizing me in a way. If I told you I was a big, you know, like Christina Aguilera stan and I love the Backstreet Boys, you're like, okay, she loves nine, you know, like you. So I started to kind of figure that out about people. And I think that's why I love astrology too. My sister's really shy, and I don't know if you know anybody who's really shy, but you love
Me.
People think they're you're shy.
Yeah.
You change into sweatpants in front of us. You got the fluffies all over you. Like, please. I'm shy. If you want to believe that you're shy, I'm gonna let you have it. I'm gonna pass it to you. But my sister's really shy, and I think when she was younger, people thought she was rude. But it's just because she was, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
And so astrology is a great way for people to talk about themselves in a third party too.
Yes.
So like, oh, I'm a Pisces, we're really creative and really sensitive. I'm like, you're really creative. You know, so
It's so crazy.
So pop culture for me was never about like so much as people's business, but more about like how we can create conversations about ourselves all the time. That sounded narcissistic, and I'm just gonna go with it.
An insane perspective. I've never heard about celebrity gossip in my life. Like that was really, really cool.
Okay, so obviously, like, we researched you. I've seen you on TikTok. We're fans. Whenever we do these and have people come who we've never met before, you're always kind of like, okay, how are they really going to be in person? Like, for me too, like, I really love the business behind all of this. So sometimes I'm like, did they work hard for what they have, or did it just kind of happen? Like, there's always so many different ways for it to go. And you saying all of that only solidified how, like, that's so genuine to you. So it makes sense that you're talking about that publicly and why you're successful at it, because I feel like the people who decide, oh, I'm gonna do like pop culture shit and then try so hard, but it doesn't, like, you I was like, that was beautiful.
I've never heard anyone's
that was
perspective like that.
Beautiful.
Somebody changed my life on TikTok, and many people have changed my life on TikTok, usually for the worst. And I'm like, my teeth.
I know.
This one person said, of course, like when usually you work in the business of people, get a life, you know, stop talking about other people's lives. Somebody responded, this is years ago, and somebody responded and said, everything that we know about history comes from gossip. The way people lived, the way people ate, the way people, that's all gossip. Like what we know about the Greeks and the Romans comes from graffiti.
Even like your history book is gossip.
That's all gossip.
Wow.
So people are like, she's not, oh my God, I love you. I don't even know who you are. My nameless hero.
The silent warriors.
She's Tefi is an oral historian. She's a scribe. And I was like, not me having a degree.
Yeah.
Damn it. I called my mom and said, all those years, you told me to go do your homework, and I was. You know, I really started off with YouTube, and I had a YouTube show, and it was a live show. And something that I learned, starting off doing live, period, entertainment was insanity.
Yeah.
I'm like, hello, my baby. You know, and no studio audience either. So I'm like, laugh.
Yeah, you're like, what year was this?
2019. I got hired to do it at like a cold audition. I just went and I got it. We started working on the show in July 2019. It went on air October. And then a little sniffle went around the world in March 2020.
Slight little one.
Heard of that one?
Little.
I think I heard about that.
Yeah. I remember my producer telling me, you know, people can always tell when you don't want to talk about something, because if someone's like, oh, this is everywhere, like the corn kid on TikTok, like let's say they're like, you should talk about this, it's everywhere. The producer would be like, we can tell that you don't give a fuck. And it's true. I love corn and I love children. And the video's cute, but I don't think I'm going to make a
Yeah.
You know, I love him and I celebrate him every day. Yeah. God bless you. You know, but so I think that's something I took to TikTok, that I was like, if I don't give a fuck about it, I don't care if the comments are like, have you seen this? Have you seen this? I don't want to talk about it because it's going to come from a place of like need.
Yeah.
And I want to have conversations with people. I never want to have like a presentation. I never want to be a reporting coming live to you.
Yeah.
Straight from Brooklyn. You know, Nicki Minaj, war contacts. Like I never want to talk. Like, you know what I mean? So I think that comes from like really having conversations with people about pop culture my whole life.
Yeah.
One thing us Latinas are going to do in Miami.
I love it.
Let's talk about, did you see my... I don't even have to say it. I'm like, did you see? She's like, my son. I was like, do you
You're
think
fucking hilarious.
my mom will be watching something like an award show and she'll go, and I go, absolutely.
Wait, a whole like no dialogue, but fully understood. That's hilarious.
Well, we
love
just finished wrapping an episode before, and we talked about the VMAs. Would love to just know your take on some of the things we talked about. Are you a Swiftie? Are you into Taylor Swift at all?
The first time I really sat down and heard Taylor Swift, my cousin was going through a breakup and she was like in Miami and she was like, can I pick you up in my Jetta and can we go to the park by your house and park and listen to Breathe? And I was like, yeah, of course. And she was like, but don't talk to me. And I said, don't worry about it.
Emotional support right
Don't worry about it. And then we sat down and she like played the album. And I remember her being like, no. And I'm like, they're like, this is kind of good.
like bopping like shit.
I was like, get it out. Breathe while you can. And so that was like the first time I really heard it. But I was like, oh, she's more country. The next time I heard her was, I stay out too late.
Yeah.
Like that.
Okay.
I heard that and I was like, what is happening? And then from then on, I would hear her like on the radio. But when people were really starting to get together, I think I missed out on that. However, I think people who talk shit about her, like first and foremost, work ethic is everything to me.
Yeah.
That bitch works her.
Yes.
And in Miami,
Yes.
bitch is endearment. All right. I don't say that about anybody. Like when people say like, oh, Mandy Moore, I'm like, that's my bitch first and foremost.
Absolutely.
So you're gonna watch your little mouth.
Yes.
You know, so I respect her, and I saw the documentary about her, the Americana.
Yes, yeah, that's so good.
I almost said The Secret Life of the American Teenager.
American teenager.
That was Taylor
Also a
Swift's life.
cultural reset, though.
Yeah,
Incredible.
great.
Incredible.
So I love her, and she's my age too, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
19.
Clearly.
So
Clearly.
I won't say I'm a Swiftie, but I am an ally.
We
Wait,
respect.
That's how I feel. I appreciate her. I like the music. I'm like not die hard, but everything I love it. Everything.
I feel like she's just a genius.
She is.
That's what I'm like, you're a genius.
Writing a caption is hard for me.
I know.
She spits out songs like a sneeze. Oh, there are my innermost thoughts.
Here, take it and go.
Insanity. But yeah, I'm gonna wait up for midnights.
Did you? Oh, sorry.
No, you go.
No.
Come
please.
on, talk to me. No, I was gonna say I'm a Cancer, and she says the 13 worst nights of my life. You don't think I'm gonna fucking tune in?
Ollie.
Are you a Lana fan then? Are you a big Lana girl?
No, I missed that too. I'm gonna be honest with you. Name a Rick Ross track. I'm into it.
Really?
Yeah, who you think you fucking with? I'm fuking Ross. 745 white on white. That's fucking Ross. A fucking white. A fucking. Come on, that's my thing. So I think when Lana was happening, I was like, I love that breathy bitch, and she has a good. I love that song.
Yeah.
She's sad in the summer. I heard.
Yeah.
But then by the time I was like ready to accept her in my heart, it was like Norman Rockwood.
Yeah, that was not the
Norman
best. Like,
Rockwell.
But Rockwood.
It's okay.
Gnorm, whatever. And people said it was like the best album ever, though. So I gave it a listen. I don't think I had the affinity for it yet.
Yeah, I get that.
But she's a Cancer.
I was gonna say that's why I brought it up. Our best friend's a Cancer, and he would genuinely die for her.
Yeah.
But I think it's also because like the Cancer energy. But that's interesting to know.
Yeah.
Okay, Rick Ross.
I really need to feel like one, everybody in the room wants to kiss me at all times. I love and two, I'm on the verge of making so much money, and that's what rap does for me.
Okay.
Got it. Yes.
The hippity hop.
Okay.
That's what my mom calls it. Okay. I love the VMAs. I've been watching.
Yes.
I've never missed a VMA.
We were talking also about Sherry and Young Gravy. Have you touched on that at all?
I have many an opinion.
Yes. Please share if you feel like doing so.
I've never talked about it, but Monty has DM'd me on Instagram. Back me up, Shannon.
No.
I almost called you your nickname.
Shanner's Bananas.
Shanner's Bananas. And she's at Shanner's Bananas. He DM'd me, but he never hit on me. He was even worse. But
He was trying to network?
oh my God. In all caps, deranged. It was like almost like he was drowning. Like almost like, you know, in the movies when the water's here and the rivers are
Just doggy paddling.
like that. It was in all caps, and he was like, you don't want to miss this opportunity.
Stop.
People are making hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Stop.
And then I would say, okay, email me. And my email, I'm going to make it up, like Tefi at hellozers.gmail.com or whatever. And he'd be like, I emailed you. And he screenshot it, and it'd be like Mailer Demon. And it would be like hellozers at tefi.gmail. I'm like, no. And I was like, this is it. Tefi at hellozers.gmail. And he's like, I emailed you again. And it's like ABCDEFG at, and I'm like, this guy is unwell. And then I told Shannon, like, hey, who is the love of my life. I'm like, Shannon, can you please answer? Because he's making me nervous.
Yeah.
And then it was going back and forth. And she was like, okay, I'll email you. And he's like, no, this is my email. And then she was like, I'll email you. And I was like, Shannon, block him.
Yeah, it's too much.
Block him.
Don't email.
You were
blocked
nice.
him. And I remember looking at my team and being like, this person is not well. Like, this is like the ramblings of like someone who is under an illegal substance. You know what I mean? Like, this is like a weird thing, because I'm sorry, I know that tech is advanced, but it's a copy and paste.
Yeah, it's not that hard.
Yeah.
It's not that hard.
We don't even have to right click anymore. It's just
Yeah.
Hold it down.
you know?
Yeah.
I'm sure he's great at a fax, but maybe, I don't know, maybe a Xerox is more his thing. I have no idea. So I knew that it was weird, and then it started coming out through like my fellow, content creators saying, oh, I saw this person at this party and he's so weird. And I thought, maybe it's a midlife crisis.
Yeah.
Maybe he's going to get
a doubt.
Yeah, maybe he's going through something where maybe he's living vicariously through his daughter or something like that. Maybe he'll figure it out. And then I thought, at least she has her mom. Because I think Addison Rae, at the end of the day, if you look at her, I think she just wants to be liked, as we all do.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, like, everything she's doing, she just wants to be liked.
Yeah.
And people want to get to know her. And I think people who get famous like that so fast, they're nervous to disappoint.
Yeah.
So they don't really.
And that
lean
young
in.
too.
That young.
I can't imagine.
You don't even know who the fuck you are.
No.
I think I'm starting to figure out what I don't like. God forbid what I do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just kidding. It's carbs.
And Wedding Crashers.
A Friend in Need is a pest. Oh, I just love that movie so fucking much. I got into a screaming fight with somebody at a party. He said, Vince Vaughn isn't that funny. I said, look at me in my fucking eyeballs. I was like, you're lucky I don't contact the Vaughnators. I made that up. There's no Vaughnators.
You can start it.
I would love to.
The range. The breakup?
The break.
The breakup. The range. Don't even. I'm sorry I brought it up.
Oh my God. But
Okay, as we all know, the world has been crazy lately and inflation has been an unfortunate thing that's been going on, and it's just so nice to be able to save money in any way that we can, whether that's on your groceries or your morning coffee or your gas, whatever things that you need, obviously substantial things that you need to live. If you can save a little money here and there on them, why not? So that is why you should use Upside. It's an incredible app for anyone who buys gas, groceries, or dines out. With every purchase, you can be earning cash back. I love the idea of cash back apps or cashback things, because why not save money on things that you're already buying or things you're already doing? It just makes sense to me, people. So the app is honestly so easy to use and is one of those things that's like too good to be true. It's like, where is the catch, people? What is going on? Just like a wait for it moment. But no, there's nothing to wait for. Upside has you covered. It's a no-brainer, and honestly, it's so great because all the cash back that you're making, you could put into more dinners or more coffees or more gas or buy yourself something nice. To get started, download the free Upside app, use our code PRETTYB, and get $5 or more cash back on your first purchase of $10 or more. Next, you can claim an offer on whatever you're buying on Upside, so you can check in at the business, pay as usual with a credit card or a debit card, and get paid. Upside users are earning more than $1 million every week. Also, Upside has a 4.8 star rating on the App Store, which if you guys know me, you know that I take ratings very seriously. Download the free Upside app and use promo code PRETTYB to get $5 or more cash back on your first purchase of $10 or more. That's $5 or more cash back on your first purchase of $10 or more using promo code PRETTYB.
anyway, so then when I saw on the VMAs, I saw the fighting happening on TikTok. Yeah. And I said, it's weird that a mom would monetize her healing like that. Because I'm used to younger people doing it, maybe for like when couples get together and they announce the breakup. I understand because they're gonna keep asking about it in the comments. I get it. It sucks that you have to do that. For her, I was like, my parents split up when I was younger, and I remember it being like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna be honest. The concept of 2 Christmases was not a hard sell. I was like, all right, when's he out? No, but I feel it is hard as you get older, I feel. And I thank God that my mom has always put us first.
Yeah.
And that's the first thing I thought of. And if my mom went to a party with someone my age and was making out in public, I would never speak to her again.
Yeah.
Because now it's, what did Obama say? Sorry to bring up politics, but Obama, he said, like, when you have kids, it's like your organs living outside of your body.
Wow.
That was not, I mean, it's a beautiful sentiment. Yeah. But when she was on the red carpet kissing that kid, was it worth it?
I love that.
You know, like,
Is it worth the press? Is it worth it?
Like,
is it
worth ruining your relationship
I think
with your
Addison,
daughter?
yeah, and I think Addison's the oldest, if
Yeah,
I
she
remember
is.
correctly. Okay, in my time, back in the day, your mom would go to the nightclub with her friends and come back smelling like cigarettes. That's the worst of it. And my mom never did.
Yeah.
But she and it was worse. She picked up Tybo. All right, it was worse. The living room was always occupied. Horrible. But I feel like to see your mom out there getting attention from that, and like there are certain videos where she's like leaning in and he's not.
I know.
Too much.
I agree.
A little handhold, you know?
Yeah.
Little handhold.
Little lower back, you know, like
A little tight of a hug, you know?
Yeah.
Still would be weird, but I'd take it.
I feel like you articulated that so much better than we did.
Yeah, we were like, poor Addison.
Like, I didn't know how to describe, but that's exactly how the whole, like, is it worth it?
I cannot even begin to understand what a divorce must feel like because
Same,
I've never
'cause I
been
don't
a
know.
parent, but I have been a kid. So that's where I come from, where
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
I could never understand what it's like for you to be so betrayed by someone that you love so publicly. That must be horrible.
Yeah.
You know? But as a kid, like, did Addison go to the VMAs?
No,
Not that I
don't
know of,
think
yeah.
so.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
Like the
They
parents should not be influencing. They should be parenting.
Yeah.
How do you explain to your child, I answered a DM from a young gravy? Dude, don't you have to split up your assets right now? Like,
Yeah.
chill. Sometimes the entertainment industry like that can be sad, but I will say it's very interesting to me that man is very similar to the stories I hear about Jamie Spears, and they're both from Louisiana.
Oh, very interesting.
Something's in the water.
We were talking about Lindsay Lohan's parents, Britney's parents, just
Gina.
like that whole,
Gina
that
and
whole-
Michael.
That was so sad.
It's
as well.
devastating, but I think it's interesting too because Jamie Spears, failed chef, failed entrepreneur, failed father, and had big issues with substance abuse, and always wanted to use his daughter's money to make businesses happen, like the restaurant, Nyla, New York, LA, that's failed. I see similarities
Yeah.
between that, you know, and the victim wife, you know, so. It's interesting to me. I feel, and I'm not comparing Britney Spears to Addison Rae.
Yeah.
I would only do that to, I don't know, Mother Mary,
Yeah.
you know, but it is weird to think about kids having to like grow up too fast when over and over and over again, we've seen what that does to kids.
Yeah.
It's not, if you're out with young gravy, who's protecting Addison?
Yeah.
It's just interesting seeing, especially with the rise of TikTok, how many parents kind of latched on to the, I thought it was the craziest thing I've ever seen, but it really does kind of run parallel to Britney, Lindsay, all those other child stars that had unfortunately like very similar circumstances.
When you read about 90s pop icons, like it's craziness. But this idea of like, so backtrack, like when you talk to people who want to be TikTokers or content creators, internet facing, they often voice their frustration with followers. And I'm like, you're doing fine. You're just used to people overnight, right? So when you read these memoirs from Jessica Simpson,
Love.
you know,
So good.
But it took, when did she become famous? At 21? She started at 9. So or Britney Spears, like there's a video of her at malls, not even in a surface, like she's on eye level.
Yes.
In like a collared shirt and a tie, and singing, you know. So it's this idea of like hitting the pavement, you know, like Taylor Swift, even her parents had to leave Pennsylvania and go to Nashville, start their lives over. On TikTok, you don't. So I think parents at one point were witness to this hard work and felt like they were a part of it.
Yeah.
For TikTok, I don't know how the fuck you could feel like you have a piece of that pie.
Yeah. That's
You know?
crazy.
Like
yeah.
Taylor Swift's parents were driving, pep talking her,
Every radio station. Yeah, you're so
looking
right.
at contracts. Addison Rae did that solo dolo.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and it was
even-
her choice to involve you.
Yeah. I feel like even the Disney stars, the like, you know, the 90s stars, like even then so many of them got fucked over by their parents when they were driving
Amanda
them.
Bynes.
Amanda Bynes. Oh my God. And like they were still somewhat involved, but they still fucked them over, let alone like now, like you said, they're like, oh my God.
Talent does not
crazy.
equal maturity.
No.
And I think actors, especially, and like musicians, they're taught to like behave. And we consider children to be misbehaved. So when you see a kid that can work like that, it comes from a place of people pleasing.
Yes.
Aren't I a good girl?
Yeah.
And then it gets to a place where like, okay, if I'm doing all Drew Barrymore,
Mm-hmm.
I must be mature if I can handle all this. Why not have a drink? You know what I mean? Like things like that. And it's very easy for people to crawl their way in because you think that you can handle it because people can tell you that you can handle it. When it came to Amanda Bynes and Britney Spears, if you wanted to read what people thought about you, you had to physically buy the magazine or log on to the blog, right? Addison reads constantly what people think about not only her, but her kin, like her bloodline.
Yeah.
I think for my mom and my family, when we have conversations, she would never want anything to add to that for me. So it's like selfish in a way, you know, like Sherry, she's always showing pictures of when she was younger. And I'm like, yo, wrap it up.
Yeah.
Wrap it up. You should be proud of your kid, not that that's your kid. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Absolutely.
I feel like Addison, please come move with me. I will make sure I'll make sure that you have Skinny Pop every night. I love Skinny Pop.
I love Skinny Pop. I had it last night.
You better believe we'll watch Wedding Crashers. Every line. But that's really where I come from on the internet, you know? Like, that's what I want to do. I'm like, let's talk about people in a way where we can laugh.
Yeah.
Because you might have Monty as a dad. So that's really what I think about all the time.
Holy what are your thoughts on the way that PR stunts back in the day? Of course, it was so like hush hush, no one knew about it. Versus like now, even though you like Young Gravy situation, it's like what are your thoughts on that almost morality line of like, okay, good for the business, but also like,
I always love a show.
Love
For me, people are like, how do you love Bennifer? That's such PR. And I said, and it's go PR. You know what I mean?
The J-Lo?
So it's one, exactly. Like, do I believe, you know, that like, I don't know, like Cinderella, you know what I mean? No, I don't even believe she wore a glass shoe for a minute. You know, I'm in cloth shoes and they fucking hurt. PR is the same way. You know, Bennifer, it's proof to me that you aren't over me. You aren't. You're obsessed with me. You're dreaming of the day we get back together. And it's really up to me.
I love
You know
that.
what I mean? So it's like, if you want to believe the story of it, that's fine.
Yeah.
But I think people take PR way too seriously. Like, they're lying in your fucking face. Like, they're telling you, like, it's like snake oil or something.
Yeah.
It's really not that big of a fucking deal. And if you know it's PR, get the Skinny Pop and just watch the show.
Enjoy it.
Not my monkeys, not my circus. You know what I mean? It's their PR. Let me watch.
Let's just watch. That just brought another story up into my head, and I'm curious to know your take on like the Olivia Wilde, Florence Pugh situation.
I think Olivia Wilde, listen, I'm going to say one thing that all of us can relate to. Good dick will imprison you. I think she's a little dickmatized. Like, I think if you looked into her eyes, they're like spinning.
Can we blame her though?
No, and I can't. I think this guy showed, like, she was going through a little rough patch in her current situation. And, you know, she connected with one of the most famous people in the world who is notoriously very single, very slutty. And, you know, and they got together, and he does like older women, which we can unpack later.
Yeah.
But we're gonna unpack it right now. but I think she got a little dickmatized, and it sometimes it makes you, you know, fold onto like your, I don't know, morals, values, artistic credit, or whatever it's called. I think that she lied. I think that it was mutually agreed. I don't know why she went with the quitting thing. Maybe it's an ego thing. Maybe she wanted to take control of the narrative. That's weird. And with Florence, I think that she signed on to do this really incredible feminist project, and it turned into something that she did not sign up for.
Yeah.
And she probably gets script up the
Oh
wazoo.
my God.
at her,
She's
yeah.
so fucking good.
And she chose this one because Olivia Wilde promised her something, and I think she under-delivered. And it reminds me of like when you buy something off an infomercial.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The marker did not turn into different colors.
Oh my
for
God.
me.
Yes.
The blow pens. You guys remember the blow pens?
The headache that came
I would
with
have
it.
bet my fucking life on those blow pens.
Yes.
It was just so dry.
And it was used gum.
Yeah. Oh my God. It's so disgusting.
I think truly the biggest victim, like I feel bad for Olivia because she's going to have her name attached to this project.
Yeah.
And I think she knows it's shit. I think she knows. I'm sorry. Harry, I love you. And I think you kill a blouse. Honestly, I could watch you in a blouse for the rest of my life.
Literally love.
But acting, if that's your calling, let it go to voicemail. I saw that trailer and I said,
That's what people were saying. So
have you seen it?
No, I didn't watch it yet.
Good for you.
I want to watch the movie, but I do want to watch nervous.
There are 2 times in my life, before I watched that trailer and after. I want to know why Harry Styles got this role.
I know.
Because
a great question.
Listen, the music videos are fantastic. I think he should be in charge of taking care of every fish.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Beautiful. But I want to know why. And I want to see the audition tape like we do with the
Yes.
Notebook. You want to see Rachel.
Oh my God, yes. The chemistry.
I want to see that audition tape. And I want to see Olivia say, great job.
He definitely was. He was in that other movie also more recently, right? The one about war. Right?
Oh.
I forget what it was called, but he was
Yes,
big
I
in that
forget which
movie.
one.
Yeah.
How did
I honestly, I feel like I haven't really seen much of his acting.
And that I think
There's
is
a reason.
telling.
Yes, that is telling.
But listen, Britney Spears, for example, like Crossroads. Don't even get me started.
I love rock and roll.
Is this thing on?
Dunkirk, everyone. Dunkirk. So
So
sorry.
Oh my God.
He's
Yeah.
acted quite a bit, actually.
What I was gonna say about Crossroads, like we knew that wasn't gonna get an Oscar,
Yes.
but it was
But
fun.
it was great.
It was a fun
I
movie.
was so obsessed with her.
There's some Coyote Ugly, you know what I mean?
so
There are
good.
movies that we love.
From
that-
Justin to Kelly.
I saw that on a Carnival cruise. Shut up. I said, "There's a movie theater on this boat. Get the fuck out of here." I remember calling for Kelly Clarkson, and I'm like, I called for Ruben Studdard, like I was
my
getting
God.
paid to do it.
Yes.
He was sorry for 2004. I love that fucking song.
Oh my God.
But
I was an
when
Elliot
it's like
Yamin
cellular
girl.
text.
Elliot Yamin.
Oh my God. But so I would love to see Harry Styles in a fun movie like that. Like nothing
Yeah.
so serious. I
Yeah.
don't know why he had to be like, I'm a cop that eats pussy. You know? I don't get it. Why? Let's stick to the rivers and lakes that we're used to, huh? Don't go chasing Olivia Wilde. Waterfalls.
Waterfalls. Yes.
I knew that was coming. I knew it was coming.
I think this is a great learning experience for her though, and I'm excited to see where she goes from here.
Yeah, because all eyes will so be on the next one too.
Yeah.
Damn.
Booksmart was incredible, though. I will say.
Booksmart
was
so
good.
It's fantastic.
It was
so
so
good.
good.
That the claymation I couldn't live without, but I don't care.
Yeah.
loved it, though. I
Yes.
I took it. Lisa Kudrow.
Oh my God, so good.
So good in that. Also, that movie reminded me a lot, and this is one of the nicest things I've ever said. Easy A.
Yes.
Love.
Oh, the Tucci.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tucci.
I'd kiss him on the mouth right now if he let me.
Stanley Tucci. All right, you guys know, before we move on, we already have to say thank you so much to Macy's for being such an incredible friend and partner of the show. Truly, like, they are so near and dear to our pretty basic hearts. So thank you, Macy's, for partnering with us and just being a great friend of the show.
I love how they have a huge selection of clothes, shoes, and fashion advice. Like literally you can work with a stylist to help you. They're just always on top of the latest styles and trends. They have home essentials, goods, and gift ideas because I'm always last minute needing gift ideas for people.
Also, whatever holiday or other occasion that you might have coming up, they have you covered on everything there. And of course, philanthropic causes, which we love so much.
Macy's is also serving up the quintessential palette for autumn: spicy nutmeg, warm pumpkin, and fallen leaves. I am so excited for fall this year. If you want to bring an extra dimension to your harvest hues, Macy's has the tweed, ruffles, suede, and other playful textures and patterns to get you there. No matter how you choose to wear your fall shades, you make it style.
For the inspo you need, visit Macys.com/ownyourstyle. And maybe you want to switch up your whole fall wardrobe. Maybe you're going back to school and you want to reinvent yourself. And you want people to be like, dang, who is that girl? I've never seen her before.
Maybe you just went through a breakup and you need a little mini makeover.
That's true.
You know what I
Whatever,
mean?
or maybe you just woke up and you want to change your style. Whatever it may be, if you need a little help finding your footing, then you can check out a Macy's personal stylist. They can basically help you put your look together either in store or from the comfort of your own home. And best of all, it's totally free. So head over to Macys.com/personal stylist to book your appointment today. That's Macys.com/personal stylist.
I used to have a client, I used to do personal training, and somebody went to dinner recently and said, oh my God, I was at dinner with one of your clients from personal training. I said, oh, Lauren. They're like, oh, I don't know her name. I'm like, no, it's Lauren. I had one client.
You're like, no,
I was not good.
it quite literally cannot be anyone else.
I was not good. I'm like, how about we squat? So, but that's living in New York. I'm like, how do I eat? You know? And she was head of PR. I think she still is for SNL. And I love her.
Oh,
She's one of
wow.
the best people in the entire world.
Oh, love that.
So she would take me all the time to go see SNL, and she would let me go backstage and come for rehearsals and meet the talent. Excellent. And then Jason Sudeikis, I think, was either saying hello, goodbye. He was doing something. And I stood next to Olivia. And I remember looking at them, and the way that she looked at somebody is like, I just did an Amy Winehouse series. And the way that Amy Winehouse like won a Grammy, you know, like how she looked at the screen. That's how Olivia Wilde looked at this person. Like, like in awe of someone, like, you know, when you admire someone that you love, she's really looking at this guy like in Spanish is like he was the last Coca-Cola in the desert. Like just like, you know, and I remember thinking like, oh my God, they're so in love.
Wow.
Like that must be incredible. And then I like minded my own business and sobbed the whole night. And I was like, a good time for me.
What a beautiful moment, though. At one point, like, that was their love, and that's great.
Yeah. Does she look at Harry like that? Or
I'm
does she
sure
look at
she
him like,
does. Oh, I don't know, actually.
A little in between.
We'll know after we watch the movie.
I will go see the movie with you. I will do live notes.
Let's see it.
Like I'm
stream
Roger
it.
Ebert or whatever. Like that. Absolutely. But yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait.
That is so funny. You're a personal trainer for one person. Would you like go to a gym?
Listen,
and just-
I was at Equinox.
Okay. Oh, you worked for Equinox?
For many years. I did everything they told me to do.
Wow.
And people were like, you don't know how to work out. I'm like, I can try.
I can learn.
You don't want to hang out?
Like, why am I paying you $200 for this?
No. I mean, but I would work out with my client and I loved her.
Yeah, two birds in one stone.
Yeah.
Get your workout in.
I remember when she met her now husband and she was like, I met a guy and I was like, pause the treadmill. Sitting down. Start from the beginning. Did he have good breath?
Oh my God. So what year was that? And then how did you get into TikTok?
That was like I think I stopped like 2014.
Oh, okay.
2015.
Okay. So before TikTok.
And I got into TikTok because I had that show. And then the world went on
The sneeze.
pause.
Yes.
And Tiger King went on play.
Uh-huh.
And I remember doing live stuff, I just spit everywhere.
You're fine.
Why would you spit on me? But I think the world opened up for me in a way, like even though we were going through quarantine, my confidence was somewhere different than when it was before. I think my whole life I'd been asking for permission
Wow,
to be
okay.
myself. And when you have people positively respond to you, you stop to question like, am I good enough? And it becomes about work ethic. So I had all this material and this confidence. It was during a point where like, oh my God, I would have done anything for a Kardashian to go outside. Give me fucking something.
Yeah.
Come on. So I started talking about pop culture of the past, you know? So that's really how like TikTok started. And I mean, was it a little rude that when I started telling people I went to the theaters for Mean Girls, they acted like I saw Casablanca? That was a little on us, you know? But they were like, you saw Legally Blonde in theaters? I was like,
You're like, what the fuck are you saying?
and we walked 12 miles. You know?
What in Titanic? She's like, it's been 84 years.
It's been 84 years since I saw a blonde attorney. But I started talking about that, and there's so many things that people don't talk about, like the basis of basically like the way that tabloids were before and after.
Oh my God. Have you seen the deep dive videos on YouTube? Of
Yes.
like the Mary-Kate and Ashley.
Yes.
Oh my God.
I struggle with Mary-Kate and Ashley. I know their whole life story,
Like,
but listen, I love The Hills, and I talked to Spencer Pratt, and I love him, but he went to high school with Mary-Kate, and he sold pictures of Mary-Kate when she was fucked up for $50K. And that's a well-known fact, but there are certain times I've decided after many a poor experience that I'm no longer going to do TikToks about people who are on TikToks, because the access to me is a little too open.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm never going to be mean to someone, but I think there are parts of our lives where we're not proud of, you know? If somebody had a picture of me right now doing an upside down keg stand, would I be proud of it? No. Did it happen? Absolutely.
you're not saying it didn't.
I chipped my tooth,
I have the proof.
but I was good.
My favorite one
You
was
know?
the Hillary Duff one, because it really went into her
cattiness.
and Lynn. I had because I was such a fan then, but I definitely was still younger. So I didn't realize how tabloids used to be versus now.
We didn't realize that was mean. We just thought girls were girling.
Oh my God.
And you had to
yes.
pick a side to support your girl.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
The
yeah.
way that we didn't need to do anything. Like the way that but we thought that we were really like team Angelina Jolie, team
Yes.
Jennifer Aniston.
Yes.
Did not matter.
Oh my God.
You know
yes.
what I mean? To them, it was just like a mosquito.
Yeah.
You know? So when it comes to like Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen, those deep dives, okay, I'm going to tell you something about Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen. For some reason, the people that have the most tea on them are these Italian blogs. Like, you know, Lipstick Alley. Have you heard of that?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So yes, I also have spent
You're like,
many
so
an
that's
hour.
I write that. You're
Right. Oh, it's me, Miss Lipstick Alley.
like Guru Gossip. Yeah, that's
You're a
me.
fan of my work.
I'm Guru Gossip.
So nice to meet some fans.
It's like those like live blogs,
Yeah.
like boards, and oh my God, the way that Google Translate is tired of me.
am
But
dead.
for some reason, these girls would go party a lot in Italy or like Europe, and these people would have all this tea on them, and it's a lot of rumors about like selling drugs, taking drugs, which is their God-given right. Experiment away. Like, I'm going to look at you and be like, I've never done a drug in my entire life. No. Will I tell you I call my mom in a panic if I take 3 Advil? This is it. I got carried away. It was too sweet. You know?
Like candy coating.
Oh my God. What the fuck? That's good stuff. You know? So when it comes to like doing series like that or whatever, those deep dives, I'm like, I know it.
Damn.
But is it worth it?
Is it worth it?
Is it worth
Is
And
it worth
there are
it?
certain people that have like stands. Like I said one thing about Miley Cyrus, and the Smilers had me like this.
They're like,
They started-
bitch, try us.
They started spreading rumors that I had bad breath. You know what it's like to fight people on your hygiene?
Oh
I was
my
like,
God.
no, please. And they're like, yeah.
Because honestly, that's the one thing that other people can decide.
How do you
that
fight BO on the
like-
internet?
Like,
How do you fight BO? I've tried.
no, I don't know how you could.
I was at my best friend. I'm like, do I take a picture next to my degree sport? She's like, that's only someone with BO would do. That's only someone-
And all it takes is one person to say it, and then
All
they all
it
believe
takes
it.
is one whisper.
One whisper. She smells.
Honestly, everybody says that she's
What's her energy is like so bad.
You should hear what everybody talks about her. Her breath is so good. They call her Black Princess. I would die. They're getting fucking creative, you know?
Oh, it sounds like it.
I love that we went from the Olsen twins to you smelling bad.
And both of them are full of rumors. It's not fair.
Speaking of
sorry.
rumors.
Sorry. It's a rumor.
What
I
about the
promise.
rumors of me like dating Chris Evans? Like, look, where are
I
those
know,
rumors?
right?
Honestly, yes. Same.
Sort of like wildfire. I heard about you and Chris Pine.
Chris. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a more.
Yeah. Oh, you're Marvin Evans, girl.
I'll take any.
All right.
Any Chris. Any Chris.
I heard about you and I was gonna say like James Gandolfini. I have no idea. I was watching The Godfather the other day. I was like, I'm going to like a dad thing.
Oh yeah.
I was like, why am I attracted? I'm like,
get
why
it.
am I?
Oh.
Yeah, I know it's hard. I think it's like a man in charge. Like I love it when a man will order for me at a restaurant, and I don't like that about myself.
Oh.
Why I want to be like,
why do you
no.
like
Why do I like it? I'm very capable of ordering.
You want to be baby and daddy.
No.
You know?
I'm a baby, unless I'm not. Unless I'm not.
Recently, me and my friend were talking. We were like, who are people who are like have become DILFs that you like you would have never ever thought would be? And my friend goes, Steve Carell, and I was like,
She has run, don't walk to Jesus.
I'm dead.
What are you talking about?
Not Steve Carell.
Maybe, I mean, Hugh Jackman to me.
Hugh Jackman, yeah.
He was never somebody I was like, okay. But now I look at him, I'm like,
Greatest Showman, what?
you know, greatest showman indeed. I can show you a show. You know, but it's somebody that's an unexpected DILF. What do I don't know. I don't know if I know. I mean, I want to go with the classics. I want to go with, you know.
George Clooney, Mama.
I tell people all the time, Tefi Pessoa.
Tefi
I tell people
Momoa.
all the time. People are like, get a grip. I'm like, no.
He's
Wait,
single
do
right now,
I
isn't
not
he?
know who that is?
I mean, are they ever?
I'm pretty sure.
I feel like these
That's
little
true, though.
hookers of men. I'm like, you continue to date people knowing we're going to meet each other one day.
I know. How dare you?
You continue to put your health at risk.
How
you
do
know?
I spell that person?
Jason Momoa?
Why did I hear Tefi?
Oh,
And I was
Tefi
like,
Momoa is me.
Tefi Momoa.
How do I spell that person?
And then I was like, why am I typing her name? Oh my God, Jason Momoa. Yes.
Yeah, that's what I interviewed him I interviewed him on a live stream, and he was like, I was talking to him and he was like, oh, sorry, your eyes are so beautiful. And I remember looking at him being like this.
Just glitch.
And people in my
Straight up
ear, they're
glitch.
like, continue. And I'm like, I literally had to stop everything and be like, oh, why'd you sign on to this movie? In my body, I wanted to ask, why are you so attracted to me? And I knew at the hotel, nobody told me, but in the hotel that I was staying at, in my mind, I convinced myself he was the door across from me. And I'd pass by and I go,
I am fucking
I hope you can go to sleep knowing that the tension, it probably was Steve Carell. And I was like, I made up this entire, in order to go to sleep, you have to create the rom-com.
Obviously.
Always.
Hello.
Yeah.
What am I going to do? Go to sleep to my thoughts? I'd be in a padded room.
Maybe That's my problem.
Maybe that's
I
it.
mean, to watch a rom-com every night.
Honestly. Oh my God. Well, you know what's coming up. The Christmas movies are my bread and butter. Hallmark?
Oh, Hallmark.
Thank God for Hallmark.
Lacey Chabert
I was
carrying it
gonna
on her
say-
back.
I was gonna
Absolutely
say-
carrying it
I
on
was
her
gonna
back.
say-
Vanessa Hudgens.
Oh yes, killing it.
Oh my God.
When I think Christmas, I think Santa Claus, and I think Vanessa Hudgens. I'm like, get off the red carpet and get to scripting. Christmas is coming.
Yeah, Christmas is
I want you to look in the camera and say, he was a prince all along. I need that from you.
get off the carpet.
Get off the carpet. Start jingling those bells.
Dead.
I love her so much.
Crying.
Love
Oh my
her.
God. Oh my God.
But yeah, I'm doing well.
Can't complain. Life's good.
Oh my God.
So it sounds like you really always, did you want to be a host, or were you just good at it and you got into these situations where you were doing more hosting type things?
I heard a while ago that as children, we know what we are born to do and our purpose. We just let society sway us into believing that money first, dream second. And that comes from a place of protection. Like your parents want to make sure, like the idea of a woman being able to take care of herself is relatively new. Like you look at the 80s,
Yeah.
and it's like 9 to 5. It's like they couldn't believe a woman was making decisions. So like I think that comes from a place, especially as women, where like you need to find somebody, or if you can't, you need to be able to like sustain a healthy lifestyle at minimum. I think for me, I've always wanted to be seen and heard, but it wasn't. I grew up watching like I Love the 90s and like VH1, and like the commentators were always like editor-in-chief of GQ. Like it was never like something like, oh, just a person, you know? So in my life, I thought, you know, I'm having really hard time at school. School really isn't for me unless I like devote my being to it. When I dropped out of college, I just kind of decided like, I'm never going to be someone that maybe like deserves or has the credential, you know, like the invisible ladder, the ladder you have to climb where like your suffering will be reimbursed to you with credit and availability, which is bullshit. When the internet started happening for me, I started to realize, you know, like maybe I could take control of this. And TikTok for me, I've always done TikTok in a way where I had to decide that it was going to work for me. It was never like, and I could have 11 followers, but like I always enjoyed it. And the moment I don't enjoy it anymore, I'll delete the account, you know? The best part of TikTok are the comments, and the worst part
Are the comments. Oh my God.
you know, but the moment I let that like fuck with my clay of self, I'll delete it. But I really do enjoy connecting with people in a way that I feel like I don't think I'm taking anything away from society. You know what I mean? I'm trying to add to it. And sometimes I fuck up, of course. Like we're all gonna fuck up. But I feel like with TikTok, I've always wanted to be seen and heard, but I needed to find a purpose to it. And I think just now I'm trying to like dress myself in that. You know, I'm trying to find the pants that fit for that.
Yeah.
Where before it was mainly like, how can I make you happy? Like, how can I make you feel seen? And now I'm starting to learn the language of like, maybe by making you seen, I can also talk to me.
Yeah.
You know? So a lot of the times I'm giving you relationship advice, I'm also talking to me.
Of course.
I need to
yeah.
hear it in my own voice too. You know?
I feel that way with my YouTube videos. I'm like, half of it's for like therapy for me. It's like therapeutic to like talk about deeper stuff or whatever.
Right? And you watch videos of your old self and you're like, they had no idea what I was going through. They had no idea I was looking at my reflection and talking to me.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And if that helps someone too at the same time, amazing. But as long as I'm always talking to me, I don't think I'll ever hurt anybody.
I
you
can
know?
already tell from just your personality, but question is, when you first started on TikTok, because it was height, like quarantine, and it was musically, like, did you ever feel old for the app? Because let's just say that everyone made me feel fucking old when I would like did my first Renegade, and I was like, oh shit, let me get back to YouTube.
I couldn't even get the choreo right. I couldn't get past the
counts.
I know, you're like,
and I'm like, at 5, 6, like alone.
you finally think you got it, you post it, everyone's like, this is so cringe. You're
And
like,
then, no, and then I'm looking at like older people get the like the grandparents doing it with their kids. I'm like, they got the count?
you're like, how the fuck did they get the Renegade? And I
What
did
the
it.
fuckers? I did ballet for 12 years. I can't get the fucking Renegade. I could do Swan Lake.
And then not the Renegade.
Not well. My teacher let me know all the time. But feeling older, I took it in a way, okay, I mean, I always wanted to call myself the big sister. People calling you the big sister is like, I get it. You know?
Yeah, you want it to be your choice.
I get it, but I'm the oldest of 3.
Okay.
So I think, and people are like, you must be, I wish I had a sister like you. My brother and my sister have never in their lives asked me for advice once. I'm like, I think you should. And they're like, no, not from you. And I'm like, why? Because you saw me crying to Fix You by Coldplay for 16 years, and now you don't want to listen to what I got to say.
Okay, great song.
Suddenly I can't give good advice.
Fantastic. With TikTok, I feel like I was in a position where there are certain things that I felt at 15 that I didn't know how to put into words, and there are certain things that I needed to hear that I didn't know how to ask for.
Got it.
If you realize from TikTok, we have never had an original thought in our entire fucking lives.
Yes.
Like yesterday, I saw this Instagram where it's like me in elementary school, and she's doing the ear, so it goes up wah, 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 like that. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
So if I'm in a way where, and I think on TikTok too, like you don't have to be so specific. I can tell you like, I really miss my grandparents. I don't have to tell you about like how they passed away or what they meant to me. Everybody can like tap into that.
Yeah.
You know? So when I'm telling you about like body, you know, or every teenage boy I've ever known in my entire life picks their nose. It's real. They do. And in front of you. Why? I'm doing sex with you. Please stop picking your nose. Like, you know, but those like experiences of like, I don't feel pretty enough, or I can't, for me, I couldn't like grasp ideas fast in school, like formulas, like the Pythagorean Thagum. What the fuck is wrong with you? Teach me how to pay my fucking taxes.
Please.
Yeah.
How do I write a check?
Yeah.
I have never had to learn I don't know the volume of the water in that.
Yeah.
Because they tell you
They tell you
on the fucking bottle.
Oh, I'm so passionate about this too.
So I think my experience on TikTok has been older, but in a way where you could not pay me to be 22 again.
Got it.
So
no, I love this because I feel like we lucked out because with YouTube we started forever ago, super OG, stumbled into it, didn't know you could make money, still doing it 10, 14 years later. So like thankful for that. However, we get a lot of people now coming to us being like, what advice do you have? Like, I want to start TikTok, but I also have a 9-to-5. I want to quit, but I feel older and I want to do it. And I'm like, I can tell you what I think you should do, but also like our experience was so different, you know? And I think, I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of people, at least I know from our viewers listening, who are like, "Oh my god, I want to do what she did, but like, how do I do it?"
Like how I did it, how you did it. I want to say, like, I look at people like OG Instagram, OG YouTube. Now TikTok, you might stumble across me. For you, like people had to look for you, and that is a whole other different marketing. You know what I mean? With TikTok today, I truly believe that there's room for everyone, you know? Like I always tell the people at TikTok that I work with, like if there's any creator that you think is like of value or you're excited about, tell me so I can repost them. Like I want to support the people around me. And if they're shit, I'll repost them too. Fuck it. But I think something that you just have to do is, Cher has this quote, and I'm going to paraphrase it, but if you're not willing to look stupid, you're not going to be successful. Like what we talked about with Britney. She's at the mall. And it's her parents with a video recorder and just faith, you know? So I think a lot of the times when you turn on that camera, you immediately start thinking about the people that are going to make fun of you. But what about the people who are going to love you? There are so many. There are videos, and I'm sure you can relate, that get no fucking views.
Oh my god. Yeah.
And you're just like, that's a little embarrassing.
They're like, archive that one. Archive.
What about that transition? You know? And then somebody will come up to you and be like, that video that you did?
Yes.
And you're like, you saw that one?
Like you were like you forget the numbers are people.
Yeah.
It's like if you get 30 views and 30 people walked in right now.
Yeah.
I think you're going to arrest me.
Yeah.
That's one. I'd be like, you can't. I do 3 Advil.
It was me.
You know, but 30 people, you'd be overwhelmed and you'd be grateful so many people showed up. And there's a
Yeah.
time in Britney Spears' life, if 30 people showed up, she'd be grateful.
Yeah.
So my advice would be like, just turn on the camera, only talk about the things that make you excited. And
That's a huge thing
only,
that I think this episode.
and 2, for me, I will always act like I have 11 followers. And I tell people, if I got one more follower, that's amazing, but it's not something I'm gunning towards. I'm never thinking about more followers. I'm only trying to think about, you know, staying myself.
Wow.
And I think that's also why I want to move home to Miami and get an apartment there, because people are like, how do you stay grounded? I'm like, talk to my mom for 15 fucking minutes. My mom will be like, we went with that today. Or she'll be like, Oh no, that's just your skin. Sorry, I thought it was a little, but I think being around people who have known you
absolutely,
and have seen you, but are also excited for other people to see you, who are proud of you, is really important. Not people who want to monetize off you. Like my manager, my project manager, my manager and Shanner's Bananas. There are people who are like, I don't think that's best for you. And I have to look at them and be like, if people that love me and want me to succeed are saying that's not best for me, it's probably because it's not best for me, And these are only people who make money if I make money. If they're telling me to pass on something, it's not because, So stick around people who love you, even if it's one. That's probably one more than Addison Rae right now.
Yeah. How did you find your team?
Oh, everybody I've worked with I've known for, listen.
Remember, we're 19.
You personal train them.
When I was, it's me and Lauren. When I moved to New York, people are like, how do you move to a new city and make new friends? I have no fucking idea. I feel like the city of Miami moved to New York. Every time I talk about Miami, my accent changes to whatever they talk like. But when I moved to New York, I made all these, I met up with my friends, and then we all got jobs. So we made friends with their coworkers, and then our friends started hooking up with their coworkers. Like the bubble kind of expands. So I had a friend who was hooking up with my friend, and I love her. Alex Sosner, I love you. And Alex Sosner's coworker is the person who put me up for an audition for that job. Started my whole, Jessie, I love you. There are all these connections, but Alex Sosner worked with someone, and one day, 7 years ago, she's like, come with me to a happy hour. And we really hit it off, and we started going to parties all the time, hanging out, going to dinners, and that's my manager now.
Wow.
So I remember at the time, she's like, do not sign with a management team. You're a star. Please don't sign with anybody. And I'm like, I'm a receptionist. I promise. And then my publicist, I met her now fiance, they're getting married next month. 5 years ago, he said, I'm talking to a new girl. And I met her, and I was like, if you fucking break up with this girl, I swear to God. And he tried to. And we had lunch, and I said, she is smart. She is beautiful. I like her. I hardly like anybody that I meet the first time. Are you kidding me? Especially in New York. Yeah. You're like, are you gonna rob me? Are you trying to fuck my boyfriend? Sometimes yes. So, and then Shannon, her grandma was my manager's neighbor her whole life.
Oh my God.
So I very much keep it in the family.
That's great.
And then my rep at TikTok, her name's Bati, and my agent is her man that I've known for a couple years now. And I love him, and he's very good people. So I try to keep it very much in the family. And my motto is, if I've met your mom and you fuck me over, I'm going to call her. And that's on you.
Damn,
so
I
that's
love
my
that.
Team. That's my team thing. So I've known them for ever and ever and ever. And I feel like they've seen me through breakups.
Yeah.
They've seen me, change jobs. They've
They
seen
care
me
about
train
you.
one person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
but
yeah,
they were
care.
supporting you when you were even training one person.
Right.
Yeah.
And they know my mom.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's got to go both
and
ways.
if you knew my mom, you wouldn't fuck me over. That's a scary little bitch.
Oh my God, I'm dead. I feel like that's another question we get a lot from newer creators or people starting out. They're like, where do I find a team or management and stuff? And again, I feel like we lucked out from being OG. You hear people, just
word of mouth,
etc.
They're probably excited about you when you first started kicking off, and they're like, holy shit, YouTubers are making money.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Yeah. How did you find your team?
My team switched a little bit over the years, but originally just from, I thought that I was applying for a YouTube sponsorship kind of thing and ended up getting a manager through it. I was in college. I was like, oh, some lady called me. I was like, hello. She's like, yeah, I'd love to manage you. I was like, what?
Manage me?
Yeah.
And you're so honored at first. You're like, oh my God.
And then I feel like just through my manager at the time, I picked up, she was like, I think it's time to bring on a publicist. I think it's time to bring on an agent. And then kind of just took the meetings through there.
Yeah. And then I was with a different management, but then through that company, I met my manager who I have now, who she ended up starting her own thing and everything. But now there's so many, when we first started, there was 3 YouTube management companies.
Yeah.
There's only 3.
It was Tom, Dick, and Harry.
Literally. Now they're all gone, and there's so many. So I love that you mentioned there are people that you know and trust, because I think that's so important.
That's the biggest thing.
I will never forget it. When I first got my YouTube show, I was working with a comedian that I love, and I met her through a hiring process, but her name's Kim Congdon. and I love her, and she's open for so many people. I think she's like gonna be a megastar. I adore her, and the best joke that I've ever heard in my fucking life comes from Kim Congdon, and she said, you know when you really like a guy and you start shaving your big toe? That's the funniest fucking thing I've ever fucking heard. That hit me so hard. That's her joke.
Yeah.
And
So
sometimes I slip it into convo and they laugh. And I'm like, I can't even claim it.
Yeah, I don't even pretend to.
That is a good fucking joke. I love her.
It's too true too.
She was on Impractical Jokers for a long time too. She's that girl.
Okay.
And I remember she was like, listen, Tef, like I've worked with a lot of people and I think that like you are like I think that you could do something really cool. I think that like you have something that like and I am addicted to work. I'm a Virgo, right? I'm a Beyonce rising. What do you want?
Yep.
I wake up and I'm like, why am I not working? So she's like, I'm gonna set you up with this guy who like he tried to sign me, but I went with somebody else. But I think he's great. If I didn't sign with this person, I would have signed with him. And I remember he's like, yeah, call me at this time. And I said, okay. So I called him and I'm like, hi. And he goes, listen, I watched your show. Super cute. And I was like,
no.
Okay. And he was like, super cute. But what sets you apart? I feel like I know a million of you, you know? And he said, I get it. You're attractive, but like, and I remember talking to him and I was like, listen, if I ever fucking see you and I'm in a car, I'm fucking flooring it. Don't you ever in your fucking life talk to me like I'm fucking cute.
Oh my God, I love this.
Do not. Well, I was going through like a mental breakdown the other day and I was riding around with Shannon and I was like, Shannon, can you pull over? And she was like, yeah. And I'm like sobbing, but I stopped and I was like, can you pull over? She's like, yeah, of course. She pulls over immediately. I'm like, I'm going to get out of the car. And she goes, what? And I'm like, and floor it. And floor it. She goes, no! I'm like trying to, you know? And then we came to this podcast.
Again, that's why we're here.
No, but this guy gave me like my first taste, that agent of being like,
Not sleazy.
I think but in a way, I'm glad, you know, I always say every stumble keeps you humble. And he let me know like, you're not shit. And I looked at that and I was like, you know, he's going to regret it. And I don't know when. He emailed me like the other week.
Shut the fuck up. I knew
He's like,
it.
love to take a call and like touch base. I was like, why? I get it. You have your cute little office. But what's so special about you? I get it.
Oh my God.
You think you're attractive?
Yeah, sure.
I get it. But absolutely not.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
So,
It
yeah.
comes full circle.
Full circle, bitch. Yeah, I'm Brittany Crossroads.
Yeah, literally.
Is this thing on?
I just love that story so much. And they
We
always
all face
come back.
rejection. We all want to be
Yeah.
like, you get the people who love you so much and we get the comments. I'm sure you guys get like people who like, I named my dog after you. I named my cat after your name. I changed my name to your name, you know? And it's so wonderful. And then you get people who are like, it's doing nothing for me, for you to be mean to me. And I'm aware I'm one of 7 billion. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I have internet access. So I know that you guys probably like, you look around and the comparison game is like, sometimes I look and I'm like, why don't I have this? You know? But then you look at each other and you're like, but we have each other.
Yeah.
You know? We have each other, you know? And so that's really, I do it for Shan.
That's it.
I can't stand her.
I love this so much.
We were at an event the other day and somebody went up to Shannon and said, you're the famous Shannon. Yeah.
I know everyone on YouTube's like, what does Shannon look like?
Yeah.
She's identical to Angelina Jolie.
Angelina Jolie.
Uh-huh.
I see it.
And no. Everybody says that she looks like Lord and she hates it. I think you look beautiful, Shan.
Wait, you do?
She does, and she
But
doesn't
like,
like
if
it.
Lord and baby had if Lord and someone had a baby.
If Lord in the bed.
If Lord and baby had a baby.
I love it. I think you're gorge.
You are gorgeous.
Everybody look her up. It's Shannon Swindell on Instagram.
Yes.
And you know what? Only if you're a nice boy.
Yes.
What's our type? We'll give her a shout out.
I'm going to tell you, she did something. She set up a dating profile for her mom. And she has a boyfriend now.
Wait, you like, if you have, you know,
What do we do?
if you need a new client, like.
And it was a good guy, whatever, but she's like, usually everybody on the site puts like, hello, Tefi. She's like, I put my mom's first name, middle name, last name, and he hit her up on LinkedIn. She's like, I saw you on the site. He's like, well, I'm not on the site, but yeah, we can meet up. And it was Shan.
She didn't even know tell her until recently.
And they're in love. They're in love.
And this is like a full year later. I told her like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Did you make Bumble, Hinge? What'd you make?
I made it like forever ago too. It was like Match.
It was Match.com.
Match.com.
It's like all like middle age.
Oh,
Yeah, but she
Wait, that's
thinks
so cute.
she's
Wait.
never said about anybody. She thinks that he's the one.
Wait, so you set up your mom
I did.
Secret.
in secret for a year? She had no idea that you set up a dating site for
I
her.
wasn't gonna tell her until I was like, if this works out, they get married. I'll do it at the wedding.
Wait, oh my God, your fucking wedding speech.
Wait, that would have been so good at the wedding.
iconic.
She's iconic.
Wait, that's so sweet.
But only like truly, that's such a like. She really wants to see her mommy in love and like appreciate it. And that's like, I wish, Shannon was my baby. But that's such a like that's my team, and I love that. You know what I mean?
Oh my God.
My manager goes and salsa dances with her grandma every weekend.
so cute.
Wait, you guys need to go with them.
Just a neighborhood salsa
Yeah,
class.
I had my hair pink for a while, and I said hi to her grandma, and she goes, "Hello, pinkhead." So I said, maybe next year we'll try
Next
again.
time we'll come back.
Yeah. But we love that. But yeah.
Well, thank
Join my management team. Your manager's like,
Like, y'all are having a party over here. I love it.
Wedding crashers tonight.
There you go.
Skinny Pop. John and Vinny's.
I feel like we went this whole time without talking about, your new project. Oh.
What's my new project? MTV. Oh, yes, I'm on MTV.
Okay. I was like, did I get it fucking wrong?
Well, I did start writing a book. I am writing a book.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm really excited about
Wait,
that.
I feel like that'd be so good.
What's
I
the
don't
book
want-
going to be about?
Imagine I said a memoir and I'm 32. I try to fuck with people. I'm like, a memoir. No, I want to make it about how, like, I want to title it, like, Almost Pretty, because I feel like as women, I only know the experience of being a woman in the world. I can't speak to other experiences, but I know as a woman, we have been told our whole lives, if we just lost this, if we bought this, if we got that, if we added that, if we moved here and went here and, like, drove this, we'd be pretty. So we're like the feeling of almost being
Like
pretty.
it's within arm's reach, but can't.
Yeah. So it's like I want to make it like a collection of like essays. I've written 3 of them.
Wow.
It's about like owning your identity feels almost like delusion because we're so used to feedback. And I think there are certain feedback, and it's not just the internet. Like I was writing about this one. I've written about some things that have been hard for me, but nothing like outworldly, you know what I mean? But I think the hardest thing for me that I've written about to this day that I did not expect to like make me like sob is like my 5th grade teacher didn't like me. And she told me, I had no idea other kids maybe didn't like me. She told me that other kids didn't like me. And that really, I always say your childhood is over the day somebody makes you aware of your body as a little girl. It's over for you. But for me, my personality changed the day that she let me know that not everybody liked it as a kid. So that was really hard for me. So
What a bitch.
and you know what? I think about like maybe where my mom was because I told her about it and she was like, where was I? And I was like, you were a single mom of 3 kids under 6.
Yeah.
You're tired. My teacher, she's having her 2nd kid and she was going through a separation, I think, or something. Very pregnant. Like everybody has a different POV. I don't think anybody meant to hurt my feelings.
But
the
it's
way
interesting what things stick from your childhood. We were also
Right.
just talking about that.
It's weird, but I don't want it to just end on that. I want to talk about the way that I want it to be about forgiveness. So I might be almost pretty, but that's pretty enough for me. So I want it to be like about owning that. You know what? Like I might not fucking, you know what? The rumors are true. I have bad bitch dimples. I got the cellulite and I love it. And it's sometimes I look at it and I'm just like, man, but like I make people feel loved.
Yeah.
You know, I make people even better. I make people feel liked because you can love somebody, but you don't have to like them. And that took me to love myself, but also like me. And that was really hard, especially when people didn't.
Yeah.
So I want it to be kind of, I don't want it to be about woe is me or how I became who I am. I want to have a conversation, you know, about that stuff. And then I'm on MTV. I do a show called Merch Masters and I love the show. We grew up in times where TRL, you'd vote American Idol.
Yes.
Yep.
And stand-up was not where it is today. You felt a part of someone's success. And to celebrate them really meant, you know, like you were expressing love for somebody and like creating concert merch. We get a different contestant every episode and they compete for best merch for MGK, Lil Nas
It's
X.
such a good concept.
17, I'm new to the K-pop, you know. I'm scared. I know I'm going to be in it.
Welcome.
Oh, yeah. I'm like, why do I want to watch Butter again? I just watched it. That's crazy. It must be the dance moves.
Must be.
It must be. So I love MTV and I've always wanted to be on MTV and I love merch. So that's it.
That's incredible. Congratulations.
I'm so blown away by you. Like,
Should we kiss?
Speechless, yeah.
Like, genuinely, I get why you already are successful, why you're killing it, why people feel connected to you. Like, everything you say everything so like articulately well, and I'm like, I want to be like that. Like, me saying like 20 million times right now, I'm so aware of it now, but I love how you're funny, but then you go deep with everything. Like the book alone, I don't know, I just,
If it's a flop, please please
do
buy
you
one.
have a podcast?
No, but I'm
You
in.
need
It is an
one.
old time. I was like, she needs a podcast.
It's happening. It's
No, like-
happening.
Good.
You know,
Tomorrow.
I need the support. I don't think I have the support, but I'm on the way there.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Well, any
Like,
questions you have, we will literally, like, you need to.
yeah, I'm
like,
gonna try.
You're a natural, truly.
Oh,
I'm like-
you know, I'm gonna tell you the truth. If you just want to be wise, you got to start a sentence, not know where it goes. No idea.
It's a roller coaster.
I'm like, this might hit, it might not, but we're gonna have a time.
Oh my God.
You know?
Well, thank you so much for coming on.
Oh my God, I don't want to leave.
Please
No,
don't.
this was the
You
quickest
stay.
episode. I was like, I know we're
It's an
way
appointment.
over, but like, I love it. Shout yourself out. Where
Yes.
can everyone find you, follow you?
In your dreams. I always say that. I always say that. You can find me at Hello Tefi on TikTok, Instagram. I'm not on the Facebook like I used to
That's
be,
okay.
but I'm on the
That's okay.
Twitter. I be tweeting. I'm in on it with the memes. And and I hope in a bookstore near you.
Yes.
Yeah.
And a
You know?
podcast.
And a pod.
Yes, coming soon.
And a pod. Fight for me.
Yes.
Spotify. No, I'm just kidding.
We're taking offers right now at
Yeah.
Spotify.
Please. Please. I'll let you know if they're good offers. on
Yes,
the list,
yes,
for
yes.
sure.
We'll be like, hey, there's a thing. Gotta.
Okay, I'm like, Monty offered me
100,000 right now.
Please. Thank you so much for having me. I really love
Thank
it.
you so much. Thank you guys so much for listening. Don't forget to, rate, subscribe, follow Tefi, and we'll see you next week with a new episode.
Bye.
Bye.